Mic check, mic check, mic check. 1 2 1 2 1 2. Is my mic working? I hope it's working. Let's see. Testing. Sorry. I had to do all of the pre-show things of live streaming. Check, check, check. Before we begin, Shadow of Gaming is rated M for mature, as intended for such audiences. Possible contents include mature and suggestive themes, fantasy violence, topics on the discourse of the intricate nature of things, and language. All interactions during live streams are unscripted. Your discretion is advised. Now then, before we begin, I just want to say Happy Veterans Day. Whatever your stance is on life, war is hell. War is bad. war is meaningless. War is meaningful. And that those who fight on the front have their reasons. Some weren't given the choice to. Some chose to fight for their honor, to fight for their country, to fight for their people, to fight against the oppression, to fight against the forces with malicious intent, to fight back to those who would hurt the weak. That is why we fight. That is why we have heroes in war. Do not fight for those who seek power, but fight for those who seek to balance it. Fight for those who seek to do good. Yeah. And so for today's stream, we're gonna go through the other 3 war stories that we did not play last week. We're gonna play through the Runner in the Battle of Gallipoli. This one is a naval battle.
The world, the innocent, the arrogant, and the brave. We thought the war was to be our rite of passage, a grand adventure that would make us all equal in our quest for glory. But instead of adventure, we found fear. And in war, the only true equalizer is death.
Oh wait, okay. So we have 3 fronts that we have not fought in yet. We have Avanti, the Italian front, the Gulf front, and then the Arabian front. Growing up, whenever we had our history classes, we would mostly talk about these 2 sections here. The British front and the main Central Europe area. Those are the only perspectives we get. Because of my only perspective of World War I was all quiet on the Western Front. How the trench warfare was. How brutal that battle back and forth was. Recently there was a movie that reminded me that was very much League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. It was comical war drama. It has Henry Cavill in it. Anyways, so we don't really get to see the other sides of it. Back in the old Call of Duty games and the old the old Call of Duty games, the campaigns were these grand cinematic fights within like storming the beaches of Normandy and things of that nature, or the yeah. Well, we never really get to see the other sides, like how other parts of the world were affected by all of this. So, for the rest of the duration of the stream, I will be focused and in the game. I'll pop into commentary if I die, and go from there. The audio may cut out here and there because I need to capture screenshots of the game, and I do apologize because when I click out of the game, I do not get to. Hold on, let me see. Can I do this? Okay. Okay, I'll be capturing screenshots throughout. So, wish me luck. And fight for what's right. Without further ado, Battlefield 1.
Everyone was affected by the war. Every corner of the world was touched. The human spirit drove us to fight where no one had dared to go before. Whether it was the mountains of the Alps or the skies above, we found a way. They said,
You up there? Are you all right? We're ready for you to cut the cake. Wow, these are incredible.
Yes, it was an incredible time.
You looked very handsome in that uniform.
That's not me, that's Matteo.
Oh, of course. I'm sorry, Dad. Take as long as you need.
No, it's okay, Tesoro. It's time I told you what happened to him. It was during our last battle together, just a few days after our 21st birthday. My brother's battalion had been ordered to capture a fort deep into enemy territory. I wasn't going with him. I was part of a special unit with a different mission. Our task was to support Matteo's battalion. We were a proud unit. We changed the war for Italy. The Arditi.
Ho la vittoria! Ho tutti accoppiati!
while Matteo was pushing forward, I had to fight up the mountain and take out anything targeting his unit.
Just hearing the story makes me worried for you.
Don't worry, I was in a full suit of armor. Besides, the Arditi were proud volunteers. We would have done anything for Italy. A church was sitting at the base of the path. Enemy troops had fortified it. They had to fight them first.
that was left after the fleeing troops were some foot soldiers. After that, the church would be ours.
Avanziamo! Avanti! Forza! Nemico localizzato! È un soldato! Adesso ci divertiamo!
Okay, I want to take a moment to pause right here since there's not too much dialogue.
Dobbiamo continuare ad avanzare!
There was an artillery gun that was shelling us and Matteo's unit. I had to destroy it.
And he was still heading to the fort?
Right. I had to make sure he got there. Matteo and the entire Italian offensive was in danger as long as that artillery gun remained. So I had to take it down.
sure that my men were safe was to blow up the gun itself.
Feuer frei!
That explosion was one of the sweetest sights of the war for me. But there was no rest. I could see an anti-aircraft gun over the next ridge that was taking out our planes, and that was my next target.
Andiamo! Addosso a quei bastardi! Diamogli addosso! Così! Così!
The gun was manned by Austro-Hungarian troops. I had to remove them before I could use the gun myself.
I take down the last man. A noise that I will never forget. They were targeting Matteo's unit below me. So I do the only thing I can.
It was me against an entire enemy bomber squadron. We had no reinforcements. If those men were killed, our advance would be completely halted, and I would have lost Matteo. After the first few went down, they started targeting me. I had to stand my ground.
squadron.
Alright, I'm gonna hop in for this part and just kind of actually, like, talk about this one. From a scenic perspective, this is amazing. Like, yeah. This looks fantastic.
We had no reinforcements. If those men were killed, our advance would be completely halted, and I would have lost Mateo. After the first few went down, they started targeting me. I had to stand my ground.
I'm going back to cinematic mode.
Were you still safe behind your armor?
Of course. Nothing could dent it. But then the planes veered away. When I got up, I thought I had died and gone to hell. They blew up the mountain. They buried us. They buried themselves.
Oh, God. Mateo.
I had to find him. So I went down into that hell. It was my only choice. I had to find Mateo. He could have been anywhere.
Okay. Now I get to take a moment to say my piece, because, oh my goodness. That was a lot. That was a really, 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 really heavy sequence. The voice acting is okay. Like, it's pretty good. Damn. Just want to take a moment to pause on that. And just... yeah. Gameplay-wise, I'm trying to give as much of a cinematic experience as possible. So for more stealth portion, or like more not so cinematic, or like moments like this one, I'm gonna be a little bit here. I'll be here, but I won't be here, if you catch my drift. So yeah.
I started with the first thing that came through the fog. There were allies pinned inside lodges. I needed to save them.
Adesso ci divertiamo! Ce l'abbiamo fatta! Ora muoviamoci!
We could hear them before we saw them. Armored vehicles coming from the enemy fort.
But you didn't have your equipment anymore.
There were crates of enemy weapons in the lodges that we scavenged and prepared ourselves with.
Attenzione! Non fermiamo! Avanziamo! Vai, non mi scappi!
Through sheer force of will, we took out their firepower. The lodges were safe, and I had to move on.
You never said, was Mateo in those lodges?
No, the men said his unit had made it further up.
Al forte!
part of me wanted to get out of the trenches. But I could hear Italian yelling. I knew my friends were trapped. Everywhere I looked, too late. I felt alone among ghosts. After a while, I couldn't even look at the bodies. We had to have made it to the fort. Some of the things I saw, Tesoro. I had to convince myself I wasn't dead. Fire. Fire everywhere.
Continuiamo i serpenti di quel pezzo!
Okay, so while the game is while I'm redoing everything we just did, I'm going to adjust the volume because that is still so loud with the action and stuff. So yeah. Yeah, that scene alone was really well captured. I know a lot of times, like, people think video games are just, ooh, funny, haha, kids games. No. Video games are a solid medium to tell the story of things like this without, you know... Video games are... How do I put this? This is what makes it an art form, in that it captures a lot of these heavy moments. Gameplay... How do I just turn off my HUD? Camera shake scale. Because I don't need a lot of these tutorials, honestly. Video advanced. I'll worry about those later. Gameplay. Kill log size. Miss HUD. Board. Script. Hit system. Player info. Nope. Hold on. Gameplay, minimap. Background visibility, compass. Opacity. Hold on. I don't know what half of these mean. Minimap size, that stays the same. Background visibility. Icon. Icon size. Compass visibility. Zoom level on spawn. Background blur. World icons. Drop it down to 50. Okay. I just can't get a win with this UI. It's fine. I'll deal with it later. So, for context, if you still didn't get what happened, the planes bombed the mountain and they caused a whole ass landslide. That is... that is...
Every part of me wanted to get out of the trenches. I could hear Italian yelling. I knew my friends were trapped. Everywhere I looked. Too late. I felt alone among ghosts. After a while, I couldn't even look at the bodies. We had to have made it to the fort.
Oh, is that how this gun's supposed to work? Okay, that one's supposed to be like a machine gun. Got it. And then this one's just a gun that's machined. Got it. So, for gameplay purposes, they gave a lot of us automatics. From what I know of World War I, is it was a very trench, like, it was still a bolt-action era of weaponry. So, they did a lot of this for the sake of modern gaming. That's why, like, I'm only half thing about this because of just how it's kind of set up. I wanted to talk about the uniforms and how they captured it here, where it's just like I don't know what it looked like back then, what the uniforms were like, but from what I've seen of pictures and like movies, I'd say like there's some accuracy, question mark. I'd say there's some accuracy. Rest in peace, friend. Oh yeah, I can't get this anymore. I already got it. Alright. For a game that came out 10 years ago, it still looks really good. But for the rest of y'all, I'm going back into the cutscene mode.
Some of the things I saw, Tesoro. I had to convince myself I wasn't dead.
Like what?
Fire. Fire everywhere. Two ways into the fort. I could either go through the underground tunnels or above ground by circling around the back.
Not through the front?
I no longer had my armor. It was impossible.
That one was on me. That one was on me.
There were two ways into the fort. I could either go through the underground tunnels, or above ground by circling around the back.
Not through the front?
I no longer had my armor. It was impossible. Mateo wasn't there. I still think about that field. Every day. I'd almost stopped looking. Started giving in to the hope that Matteo had escaped. And then...
No! No!
He never got older. And here I am, still. Who decides such things? Buon compleanno, Matteo.
Yeah. That. That is the biggest part of history that made it such a tragedy. That war is not fair. War is not fair. War is not kind. War is not just. But sometimes you just gotta go through it. And so, right now, even in our world today, we are still riddled and conflicted and just covered in it. Our world is bathed in blood. The blood of the fallen, the blood of families, the blood of the honorable, the blood of the kind. But we're all the ones that pay for it. By those who choose to hurt others. So, yeah. There's a lot that I could say. That, I don't know. I know a lot of people who come from war families, who have generations of soldiers in their family bloodline. Power and respect to you. For those that fight for the good, that fought for the good. And those right now who are out in armed conflict. Thank you for fighting for what's right. Even if you're just doing it just to pay for your degree or anything like that, still know that you're still making an impact of some kind. But we got more stories to tell. We got more of the world to see. So let's do it.
We came from all over the world, the innocent, the arrogant, and the brave. We thought the war was to be our rite of passage, a grand adventure that would make us all equal in our quest for glory. But instead of adventure, we found fear. And in war, the only true equalizer is death.
Frederick Bishop?
Oh, God.
Hey, are you Frederick Bishop?
Nope. He's dead, sorry.
But isn't this your picture?
I suppose so.
Jack Foster. I'm your new charge.
No, you're not. You have to take this kid off me.
Of course not. He came all this way just to see you. Frederick Bishop, the pride of Australia. Been lied about his age to get past conscription.
You know Morse code?
Yes.
Follow me!
What a disaster. Our first wave didn't stand a chance.
Look at all their defenses. How can we take the beach?
We have the dreadnoughts this time. Plug your ears, kid. It's gonna be loud.
Send these coordinates. That's it. Time to go. Whoa, where do you think you're going?
With you?
Level your gun. Yeah, okay, you're staying here. And you'll move up with rear command only after I fire the signal flare. Yes, sir?
Yes, sir.
Try to stay out of trouble.
Have to get to the top of the beach. Damn it, those robots are gonna get slaughtered. to the top. starting to send up the flare.
Fucking kidding me. Come with me. Here. Look! Look at that, huh? Kid, you lied your way into hell on earth! You just wanted a statue of yourself in your town square!
I think I'm gonna be sick.
Come on, kid, get up. Come on. Come on.
I'm gonna die.
No, you're not. You're Australian. We're impossible to kill.
Yeah. I guess so.
Unless... Not a Kiwi, are you? Now, first things first. Yeah, come on, stand up. Follow me. Arm in here. Just arm out. Butt into your shoulder. That's it. Cheek against the butt. Oh, that's it. Point it where you want to shoot. That's it. Okay. Put your feet apart a little bit.
I was beginning to think I already lost my Australians.
What can I do you for?
Not you, the boy. We need a runner for the front lines.
Really?
No.
Yes.
No. You can't make the kid do it. He'll just stumble into a firefight and get killed.
No, I can do it.
No. I'll do it.
Fine. You're here with me, and you will be running.
Need to find a way to pass those on. Yeah, looks like trouble, all right.
What the hell's going on?
Oh, Jesus! This whole thing is going to shit. I need to get back to Whitehall.
Okay, hold on a second. I think the game just glitched out. Hold on. I am so sorry. I was really invested in that, in that concept. So first off, what up, Chicky? Welcome to the stream. Since it's Veterans Day, we're doing a little bit of a Veterans Day stream special. We're playing Battlefield 1, to kind of as just like a way of like looking back into the past of what that era was like. And what it meant to be a soldier on the front lines. So, the thing about a lot of these games is it's from our perspective. From the one... From... How do I put this? Yeah. But I'm sure it must be different from, like, how it was in the other ends of the world. But yeah, Tricky, how was how is World War One history taught in Australia? Because that's something I don't know. On any of this. But yeah. If you do decide to play the game, though, Tricky, like, the campaign for this is fantastic. Like, there's 6 levels broken down into 3 chapters each, at least. And they're all very well done. They're all very well done. But yeah, I'm gonna reload to the last checkpoint. I think something might have bugged out. Because I sped ran through that. So yeah. Oh, right. Report back to Crane. Okay. No, you know what? No, I'm keeping that thing. So yeah. Alright. I'm about to disappear back into the story. And, enjoy. I will be back if I die or at the end of the chapter. This was actually one of the other short ones too. This is why I wanted to save these 3 missions for this week. Let's do it.
Kill me.
But I didn't.
Nah, sure fucking didn't. Nice shot.
Oh, well, you know, I just kind of saw him out there and I...
You got falling lines across the board. That's what I thought.
Bishop, go tell rear command that we'll be moving up. Don't worry. I can handle myself here.
Head down, gun up. No open areas. Got it?
Got it.
Gotta get to rear command.
Wait. Where is everyone?
For those who didn't hear from a runner, the Allied position is lost. Artillery fire ordered to cover retreat to beach, shelling the village and outlying forts. Shit. Foster! Brits, shelling their own position to cover a retreat.
Artillery already? Fucking hell.
Okay, now where's Whitehall?
Whitehall, news from the rear.
Save it, Bishop. Help us here first. Prepare yourselves, men. Get in cover. Nice shot, Bishop. Nice work. Damn it! Here they come again, boys! Fight them back! Keep it up! Bring them back! Get in cover! Ateş edin lan! Yancı! Ninja man!
Yeah, go to hell. Get out of here.
Full-scale retreat. They're gonna shell the village and the fort to cover us. We need to get out, now.
I sent men up to secure the fort.
A dead man. Who went?
Only those who volunteered, so naturally all of them.
Fucking kids.
But you remember being his age?
Foster. Fuck. I gotta get that kid.
Go. I'll pretend I didn't see you.
This isn't on you.
Of course it is. One more death for me to live with. Go, go, you don't have much time.
Storming a fort by myself. And I called Foster a pinhead. Now, where's the entrance to this damn place?
Arkamı kolla.
What, again? You sure you didn't just want to shoot me?
Come on. Let's get you out of here. This place is about to come down any moment.
We can't leave. There are still hostiles coming, and we can't outrun them with our wounded.
You get going then. I'll cover your retreat.
The bishop is still...
I'll make it look like I'm capturing the fort. It'll be enough distraction. Once you get past Allied lines, send up a flare. Let me know you're safe. I'll make my retreat then. Oh, so you're disobeying orders now?
Well, I assume you did to come here.
Yeah. There. You're a proper Aussie now. Gotta look the part.
Right. Up and at him, lads! Let's go.
Well, this is it, I guess. believe they're actually gonna fall for this. Jack better be close. Can't keep this up.
Teslim ol kafir! Buradan çıkış yok! Takviyatesi lazım gelir! Mıkla onu! Diğer mangalar geliyor!
That was a really cool story. I really liked that one. Honestly, I could really relate to that one. As a, I don't know. Being able to show the next generation how to do it right is... That's, yeah. The way he taught the kid how to, like, fight, that was really good. I really like that arc. We didn't need to know that, like, you could just tell that, like, dude was a rugged fighter, and he knew what he was up against. He knew his odds. I like that line, though. You can't, they can't kill you. You're Australian. You're hard to kill. So like, for those of you guys that don't know, here in our streams, like whenever we play Helldivers, that's tricky right there. He just keeps coming back. So yeah. Alright. So this is going to be the last story of Battlefield 1. So I was talking to my dad about this earlier. My dad is a huge war historian. Or like, he loves like history and stuff. He's a huge history buff. And so we were talking about this in the story of Lawrence of Arabia. And just how big of a legend he is. So yeah. I'm excited to see how this next part goes. This is the last one, so enjoy.
In the deserts of Arabia, an insurgency war was raging years before I got to France. Tribes of Bedouins had united to fight a war that was very different from the one we fought in the trenches. Using small, mobile units, they challenged the might of an empire, and they were rallied around the ideas of a single, influential warrior. Ideas of freedom and change.
The Arabian Desert. A vast ocean of drifting sands and scorched, sun-baked rocks. Beneath these endless dunes, oil. The lifeblood of our new mechanical century. For more than 400 years, the Ottoman Empire has ruled these lands, controlling all that's to be found here. But the Ottomans do not rule unopposed. Small bands of Bedouin rebels have united to overthrow the empire. They strike without warning and then vanish into the desert. Fighting alongside them is a lone British officer whose exploits have earned him wide renown. The world has taken to calling this man Lawrence of Arabia. In the desert, you rely on good planning, but you also hope for a dash of luck. And luck was with us when we learned of a recently derailed Ottoman train carrying a most interesting piece of cargo. A small patrol had joined the Ottomans who survived the crash. Together, they guarded the wreckage and waited for reinforcements. When your enemy has better weapons and better equipment than you, steal from your enemy. A lone fighter has just one advantage over a large enemy force. A lone fighter can move unseen. Cry havoc and let slip the dogs of war. There's a world of difference between seeing something and having it in your own two hands.
Bu mıntıka niye hep bana denk geliyor lan? Bağırma hıyar!
Neydi lan?
Tamam. It's over.
Well, you did not think we would be fast enough to catch you here, did you? Lawrence of Arabia.
Actually, I was rather depending on it.
Lawrence. Well, this is very clever. Now the hunter becomes the hunted. So who might you be? How enchanting you are, my dear.
Ahmed.
I'll show you enchanting. If it weren't for you, I'd be free.
Free, is it? You'll be free when you're dead. And I'm happy to tell you, the Empire intends to grant you all this freedom very soon. Even now, an engine of destruction scours this desert, obliterating your allies, your families, your homes. Soon there will be nowhere to run. Nowhere to hide. Soon all that you know, and all that you love, will be ashes. You will all be free to die. Oh, you animal!
Zara.
Now I understand understand that you would like nothing more than to strip the flesh from that man's feet and send him off into the desert naked to die. But think about it.
You're right.
I'm sorry. My friend here, she can be a little brusque.
You're going to tell me how to lie to your train, so we can lure it into a trap and destroy it.
Impossible. To even begin to talk to that train, you would need an entire book of communication codes.
Oh, like this one, you mean?
You can never stop the progress of machines. One day, the whole world will take your lands and the precious black gold beneath its sands.
We shall see, my friend. Of course, obtaining the codebook was not enough. To destroy this Iron Dragon, this Canavar, as the Ottomans had named it, we had to send it 3 encrypted messages telling it to stand down. There were Ottoman outposts scattered along the railroad tracks. The commanders there carried high-priority message capsules. We had to use those to send our orders. Infiltrating the village wouldn't be easy. A full detachment of Ottoman soldiers had occupied it. The Ottomans had chosen an isolated location for their desert outpost. It seemed lightly defended. It was also well stocked with arms and equipment. The ancient ruins were all that remained of a civilization now lost to time. The Ottoman Empire brought in the modern world with a host of armored vehicles and field guns. 3 commanders to eliminate, 3 personal message capsules to be stolen, and then sent with our false orders. How Zara tackled this dangerous and audacious mission was up to her. The Bedouin treasured their horses, and in return, those animals granted their riders unparalleled speed and mobility.
Here! Here!
Okay, I need to comment really quick, gameplay-wise. Before we continue, because I flubbed that so hard. I just want to, like, comment. I messed that up because, like, it traded out my binoculars from the last mission. So I didn't have what I was looking for, or, like, I wasn't able to spot the enemies. On another note, I just want to say this game actually is doing like a stealth mission in the desert better than Metal Gear Solid 5. That's all I'm gonna say. Anyways, let's get back to it.
A single order wouldn't be enough. Ottoman protocol required the message to be received in triplicate before the train would acknowledge it as genuine.
seni çıkartmaya gayret edeceğim. Hazır ol.
Amcığı bir elime geçirsem.
Gebereceksin işte lan. Kabul eyle. Teslim ol.
Akabinde gidelim. Hesabını vereceksin. Halin harap.
We were putting a great deal of trust in Zara's capabilities, but I had complete confidence that she would carry the day.
see, the message had already been sent, my dear. Not the message you would have wanted. Lawrence was such a good host. It almost seemed rude to escape. I made sure to note the location of Lawrence's camp, of course. Which means... the train knows too. Twice, you told that train everything was clear. But... I told it exactly where to attack. The beast has your scent, my dear. And it's coming to slaughter you and your little band of rebels. First, the firestorm from the cannon. Then, up close with the troops, to slaughter any survivors. The legend of Lawrence of Arabia dies tonight.
You slipped away just in time. Tilkitchi was a fool to think we'd ever stay after he escaped.
The carnival won't stop hunting us.
No, it won't. Let me think.
The train's coming a long way. So it'll have to stop to take on water. That's where we strike.
Agreed. I'll deal with any sentries, then rig explosives on the track.
Yes, and I'll rally our fighters.
When I blow the lines, the train will be trapped. So when you hear the blast, you need to attack them with everything you have.
It's good. But you know that there's a chance the men may not come. You may set off those explosives and find you're out there all alone. You know that.
I guess I won't know either way until I set it off.
Man makes plans, and God laughs. As it turned out, the small town where we would ambush the train had a significant enemy presence. Those troops would have to be dealt with before the explosives could be set.
Durun.
Kafalama ilerle. Bir ateşi lazım gelir.
Toplamaya devam edin.
Önündeki sipere dikkat et.
Yanından sokulacağım. Şurada, dışarıda.
Hepsini sarıyorum. Gördüm onu. Bana göz kulak ol.
Yakında. Dur, dikkat olun. Bizden biri vuruldu. Kardeşimi öldürdün. Şimdi seni geberteceğim. Halin Arap. Geberesice! Süpür!
Once Zara secured the town, the trap could be set for the arriving train. vengeance can be a sweet or bitter brew. How did you find it, Zara?
And you're right, we do need to think bigger, act bigger. Maybe even the Suez Canal. Tell me, what do you know about battleships?
Alright. Well, that was pretty good. Oh, cool. I didn't know this was here. Alright. This is going to be the last part of the mission. And then after this, that's going to wrap up the stream. So thank you everybody for tuning in. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope you'll enjoy this one. Yeah. This has been Veterans Day for Ezo. For those that fought and died to protect those they care about, thank you. Thank you for your sacrifice. And so, let us honor their memories, those who have fallen, and give them their lives for fighting for the good.
One day, all this will be over. The war to end all wars will be won by one side or the other. The guns will rust, grass will grow, and there'll be nothing left of any of this. The land will heal itself, as everything does in the end. We'll be long gone by then, but maybe not forgotten. History only remembers 1 in 1,000 of us. Then the future will be filled with stories of who we were and what we did, how we lived, how we fought, and how we died. When this is all over and the war is won, they will remember us. But until that day comes, we will stand. We will look death in the eye, and we will fight.
Alright, I think I found a nice quiet point in the game where I could kind of take a moment to step back and just like be okay with the audio being cut out while the credits roll. So, in honor of Veterans Month, because today was Veterans Day, I wanted to play through Battlefield 1 and relive a moment in time in history that really defined humanity in a hot minute. So growing up, playing a lot of other war games, Medal of Honor, Call of Duty, and then going into Battlefield, it's a lot of glorification of it. But in the histories, it was for a cause. And it's war as hell. Short to say. Now, the way each of these games tell war stories is vastly different from the other. Call of Duty is high-paced action that's boots on the ground. Medal of Honor was like glory in the moments. But Battlefield, I only had one other Battlefield experience, and that was Bad Company. Bad Company was a lot more of like a jokingly like squad, band of brothers, but like these knuckleheads are the ones that save us all, got it kind of thing. Whereas here, Battlefield 1, EA really took the time to give credence to a point in history that's not really talked too much in that's not talked in extents in like what it was and what happened. So throughout this campaign, like there was a moment where they mentioned that this was the lost generation, which is true. This was supposed to be the war that ended all wars. And like this was on a global scale. So how did Battlefield approach this? Because of video games having to be played a certain way, especially how we have it now with things like the Frostbite engine and then just what modern gaming is these days, they did a fantastic job in being able to capture a lot of it. From the destructible environments to just the way the lights reflect off the shine on like the water and whatever. On a technical level, this game is very, very well done. And the thing about these games is people tend to critique too much on a lot of the other aspects of it, like the unplayability, blah, 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 minute things here and there. But in this one, like, even though the stories were short, you could still feel the impact of what it was like to be in those roles. Like, the runner, I liked that one because it was just like alright, it's time to make a name for ourselves kind of thing. And then, like, it ended up becoming a student apprentice, a master apprentice type mission, which was really cool. And that, like, I've finally done my job, my time has come. I know that the next guy has got this, and I helped him. There was a lot of that, which was beautiful, and, like, yeah. So, my thoughts on the campaign for Battlefield 1, even though it's not one long storyline, it takes you through a looking glass of each moment on a different front. You start with the tank crew, then you become a pilot, and then you become the heavily armored trooper, the runner, and then the cavalry, or the kind of like a guerrilla fighter, honestly. And so it was fun to just explore and see all these different areas, because these are different parts of the world that not many people get to see in their lifetime. It sucks that it's very well captured in the environment design. The environment design is very, very well done. In that it feels like it is you're at that real location, at that place. And so you get it from all perspectives. As being one of the armored behemoths, as being one of the troops, or the eyes in the sky, you feel each role very well in this game. And of course, campaign is supposed to basically be a tutorial to multiplayer. So my playstyle kind of reflects a lot of how I play. Of just like being able to watch for movement, things like that. It teaches you a lot of like how does this game work. And that's why the single player is a very important feature in a game that is necessary to help keep a live service concept of it alive. Whenever I played games like Call of Duty back in the day, I would definitely run through the campaign, get the story in, get a feel for how it plays, and then just jump right into it, right? That's why, like, stories and sequels exist. But at this point now in modern gaming, a lot of the controls are pretty universal. Now it's just, how do you tell a story where the only tool you have is a gun? And in this case, well, this is the way you do it. And I'd say EA did an amazing job with this in telling what it was like to be on the front line, on any of those different positions, those different roles. And they gave a lot of respect to the forces of opposition. So yes, it was just, we're down here and it sucks. So yeah, when it comes to it, you know, there is no high score out there. So yeah, to kind of put a critique on where EA is at this time in their creative direction, there's a lot they can do. There's a lot they can do, and I know they can do better. I know they can do more. But this is definitely one of those games where, yeah, video games are an art form. Where this is a combined team of artists, whether it's like a technical, graphical scale. You also got the music team, the cinematography team. The cutscenes in this were very, very well rendered. The stories they told, although they were concise and short, it was just right. None of the stories overstayed their welcome. None of them dragged out. Yeah, there were a couple fight sequences here and there that messed me up, but it's because that was on me, not the game itself. Like, yeah. So that's my thoughts on Battlefield 1. The gameplay, like, it's arcade, it's realistic arcade, if that makes sense. My favorite feature of the Battlefield series is the bullet drop concept, and what better time to have the bullet drop concept than in a World War I setting, because of the weapons at the time. They were all mostly still bolt-action rifles. That's what it was in that time. And they capture that just right. Having been down to a range and fired off like vintage like rifles, or just like old school rifles, or just even like a bolt action itself, they got the feel of that right. What it's like to load in a clip and just having to get right back into the action. Of course, like, there's the me being the scavenger that I am, of just like always check the size of the battlefield type thing, right? That's its own story. And of course, you know, like any good gamer, there's always the collectibles in every level, the challenges, you know, for the completionists. It has a little bit of everything that you'd want out of like for a repeated run of a game. This is definitely a good balance of it. And I never really got a chance to play this game when it first came out, because I've been waiting to play it on a stream. I wanted to do a Let's Play of it, and so this is the better way to do it. In that, yeah, we can have a little bit more of a concise story with it that way. So if you missed the stream, the VOD is up. I will put the part 1 on YouTube later, because of I did it on a Sunday, whereas today it's on technically Monday, quotation mark. But yeah. Until then, if you guys do want to check out Battlefield 1, please give it a shot. Give it a chance. And listen to some stories from the veterans in the homes. Give them the time of day. Much respect and much love. And thank y'all who served and who are serving now. All right.
Ask myself the same question. And the band plays Waltzing Matilda. And the old man.
What did I just click back into?
But year after year, their numbers get fewer. Someday there at all. Waltzing Matilda, waltzing Matilda, go a waltzing Matilda with me.
Alright. Alright. Alright, and with that, that's going to wrap up, Battlefield 1. Thank you everybody for watching. If you enjoyed that, you know what to do. I'm not gonna harp on any of the usuals of YouTube, but definitely I want to do more games like this. I want to do more story-related games, or at least just like games that have stories that you didn't expect to be good. Because, like, I've been putting this off for so long. Like I said, I've waited to do this game for 10 years. So, there's a lot in my library that I want to play for y'all. But, for now, I need to give myself some rest. I had a very long weekend. But things are gonna still go as normal. Over on thing. But, we'll get on that later. I'll post a schedule of some kind. But until then, wherever you're around the world, have a beautiful day or a beautiful night. It's Shadow of Gaming, signing out.